Okay, so just lift and roll your shoulders. This opens the gateways of energy up to the brain, which we all need. And lower. And then just press your foot down. And then breathing out, just go to one side. Feel the stretch along that side. Tummy in as you come upright, and breathing out, lower your hand. And then bending your elbows, you breathe in, raise the other hand. Almost turn the inside towards your ear. It doesn't have to glue to the ear, but just inwards. Really use your other hand to support you as you tip over to the other side. You're almost imaginary between two panes of glass, your chin tucks in. Press your feet down as you come up and lower your hand. Bring both hands together, clasp your palms, reverse, and lift up. Press your feet down into the ground and lift your arms up, but without stretching in terms of like you're all hunching up. Just feel it's a natural stretch. And breathing out, slightly go to one side. Breathing in, come to the center. And breathing out, slightly go to the other side. Breathing in, come to the center. And turn slightly to one side, just a nod to turning. Come to the center. And breathing out, turn very slightly to the other side. Breathing in, come back to the center. And then lower your hands back down. Lift and roll your shoulders. And then just very gently sway from side to side. Lift and roll your shoulders again. Imagine your nose is like a pencil and you're tracing a horizontal figure of 8 with your nose. So this moves your neck. It doesn't matter which direction you start in. You breathe out as your head and nose come slightly down, and you breathe in as your nose is going up. You move with your breath, if you can. And so you're beginning to move your neck, and you're beginning to very gently balance the left and the right brain hemispheres. It's a very gentle and very safe neck movement. And your neck, of course, is the bridge physically between your body and your head. And emotionally, it's the bridge between our physical being, what we actually are doing, and our emotional thoughts of what we might like actually to do. And if there is a gap between the two, and often there is, that can often cause stress and tension and show up in the neck. So it's speaking one's truth, which is quite hard to do. As Patsy and I were talking about this yesterday, Patsy, I haven't resolved the issue. And then gently reverse your movement. I instantly have gone wrong. I can't think which way my head's turning. So you're forgiven if you muddle the reverse movement up. And then come back to the center. And then bring your hands together at the chest. And we're going to come into line. You are interactive with me. You can feedback if you're not following anything, just ask me. Come to line on your back and stretch your legs out. So as if you're in Shavasana, as if you're stretching, you're standing up but you're lying on the floor. Because I want to do some stretches in that way. So just come to line. If anybody has a stiff or sore back, or gee, you've been doing a lot of gardening, you can always have a slight cushion, a cushion to slightly lift your knees under your knees. But otherwise, just extend both feet and relax them. Consciously move your shoulders away from your ears, palms are down. Just maybe lift your shoulder blades to settle into the ground. And now extend your left heel as you bend your left arm and stretch your arm up above you, resting the back of the hand perhaps on the ground. You can bend your elbow. If you're comfortable with your hand not on the ground, that's fine too. And breathing out, turn your head away from your outstretched left arm, as little or as much as you would like, rolling the back of the head on the ground. Inhaling, rolling the head back to center, and breathing out, lowering your left arm and relaxing your left foot. And now extend your right heel as you bend your right arm, lifting the right hand up above you. Your elbow can be bent. Turn your head as you breathe out away from your right arm, rolling on the back of the head. Inhaling, bringing your head back to the center. And breathing out, lowering your right arm, just relaxing your foot. And back to the left side as you extend your left heel, raising your left arm above you. Keep bending your elbow if that's good, if not, stretch out. Breathe out, turn your head away from your left arm, letting your head roll on the ground. If you roll right over with your head, it gets into your hearing. You eustachian tube apparently, and roll your head back. Breathing out, lower your left arm and relax your left foot. And then breathing in, extend your right heel, extend your right arm above you, stretching out on the right side. Breathing out, turn and roll your head towards the left, away from your right arm. Breathing in, roll your head back to the center. And breathing out, lower your arm, just relax your feet. So this is a very strange movement, but it has benefits of opening the lung canopy. So just slightly, unusually lift your chin up towards the ceiling a little bit, and breathing out, lower your chin back down to its normal level, more towards your chest. So a couple of times, breathing in, chin goes slightly up, breathing out, lowering your chin back down to normal. And last time, breathing in, lift your chin slightly up towards the ceiling, and breathing out, just bring your chin back to normal. And now just let your head roll as we did before towards one side. Just let the head be heavy on the ground. And keeping the head on the ground and the back of the head as you roll your head back to center. And carry on rolling as you roll your head over to the other side. So you're activating points almost along your ear and hearing, coming back to the center, and just very slightly rolling once more from side to side. Coming to the center, and then rolling to the side, and coming to the center. Palms are still down on the ground. Bend one knee and bend the other knee. So now both feet are resting on the ground. Your feet are hip width apart, maybe a little bit wider. And your hands now can be either resting with your elbows out on your abdomen, or just above your abdomen, or you can stretch your hands out like a T along the floor. And if that's too much, you can stretch your hands out like an A to lower them slightly. And very gently rock your knees, both of them, to one side. Your head can stay looking up, or you can turn your head away from your knees. Head and knees back to the centre, and both knees that drop to the other side. Your hip lifts off the floor, by the way. It's a lovely lower back stretch. Your skeleton is being supported by the ground, and so your heavy duty muscles supporting your back, your erector spinae, are not being asked particularly to support you. You can begin to release, relax. So knees go one way, head goes the other way. You're moving the base of your spine and you're moving the top of the spine. And as mentioned, I think yesterday, you're getting into the anti-aging somatic movement, exploring the relationship of the limbs as they join the torso, which is where muscle contraction can happen and the muscles can pull forward slightly, contributing to the slightly bending forward aging posture, which is very depressing. And then if you want to combine this at the same time, it doesn't do your head in. As your knees go one way and your head goes the other, just open up one palm, it doesn't matter whichever one comes to you naturally. Turn the palm down and your knees and head come to the centre, and let everything drift over to the other side as you turn the other palm up. You're now exploring the relationship of the limbs at the upper level as well as the lower level. The arms connect to the shoulder support. Just opening up your shoulders. And right where the shoulders connect to the follow the collarbone along, and then where the collarbone ends and the shoulder joint are 2 points, L1 and L2, up where your tender inside your shoulder. And those are the lung points. So if I follow my collarbone, the collarbone comes to the shoulder point, it's inside, it's just that tender point there, is your lung point. And then gently bring your knees back to the centre and your head back to the centre. And then hug one knee and then the other knee into the chest. And just rock from side to side, hugging your knees as little or as much as you would like into your chest. And if you hug your knees right in, and if you let your knees move slightly away from you, slightly lower on your lower, almost towards the sacral area. And then once more, bring your knees to centre. You're still hugging them in. And holding now your right knee with your right hand, raise your left foot and your left arm upwards. You can have your hands pointing up to the ceiling, or you can just raise your left arm right behind you, up to you. Either way, now hug the left knee into the chest and transfer your attention to the right side as you lift your right arm and you lift your right leg and extend the heel to the ceiling. Your arm can point up or go back, and then hug your right knee into your chest. Again, left side, left foot to the ceiling and left arm behind. Hug your left knee into your chest. And then extend your right foot to the ceiling and right arm goes up or behind you. And hug your right knee into your chest. Just part your knees slightly, so your knees are like the end of a V. And then lift both legs and feet to the ceiling, both arms either up like a dead bug or move your arms behind you, stretching out. And then hug your knees back into your chest again. And just gently rock from side to side. And then place your right foot on the ground, still keep your left knee hugged in towards you. Drop your hand behind your left thigh and gently extend your left foot up to the ceiling. You can keep a bend in your left knee. Extend your left heel and then gently point your toes towards the ceiling Not so much that you give yourself cramp, but just comfortable for you. Extend your heel. Feel stretch along the back of the leg and point your toes upwards. And one more time, extend your heel and point your toes upwards. And then begin to circle your left ankle. Keep the movement slow. As you breathe in, your toes go up to the top of your circle, to the ceiling, and as you breathe out, your toes go away from you to the bottom of your circle. And notice where you might skip your circle movement. And then reverse your circle, going in the opposite direction, circling your ankle. And then bring your foot to the center. Drop your right hand behind your head, supporting your head and the back of your neck. Slide your left hand up the back of your left leg and slightly just lift your head up, supporting it underneath. And you'll feel your abdominal muscles engage here. And then breathing out, lower your head back down to the ground and slide your hand back down again. Bend your left knee into your chest. Still holding your left knee, circle it a couple of times in one direction and feel the switch of focus. You're now moving the finger on the top of in the hip socket, and then circle your knee a couple of times in the other direction. And then just turn your left knee out to the left. Put your left ankle on top of your right leg and just open your left knee out like a 4. So you're beginning to open the inside of your thigh. Rest your hands on your abdomen, or you can rest your left palm on the inside of your left thigh. And you could, if you do opt for that, you can very gently bounce your hand against the inside of your left thigh. It's a tiny movement. And explore here, optionally, to extend your left heel and feel if that makes any difference or if that makes no difference at all. And then just very gently support your left leg as you pick up your left foot and place your left foot on the ground. Just for a moment, bring your hands to your abdomen, just above your abdomen, as you just let both hands drift once more from side to side. And then bringing your focus to your right side, as you pick up your right knee, your left foot stays where it is, hugging your right knee into your chest. Just enjoy that hug in towards your chest. And then dropping your hands behind your right thigh to support the right leg as you gently extend the right foot up towards the ceiling and extend the right heel. Feel the stretch along the back of the leg and gently point the foot and extend the heel and point the foot, but generally, and you could actually aim the mound of your big toe upwards rather than pointing your toes if that's an easier extension, and extend your heel and point your toes or the mound of your big foot upwards. And then slowly start to circle your ankle in one direction, coordinating the movement with your breath if possible, so slowing the movement down. And again, notice that there are little gaps in your circle. If you do it properly and slowly, you tend to stretch your toes out, so you're opening your lung meridians as well. And then reverse your circle. The leg being stretched like this, apart from hamstrings, also stretching on the sciatic nerve, and that can particularly get compromised with gardening. I was thinking of you, Julie, but not always. Depends how we're all built. And then take your, it doesn't matter which hand, but take your left hand behind your head and neck to support it. Slide your right hand up your right leg and lift your head slightly towards your leg. You're engaging your abdominal muscles and stretching your right leg out, but you can always keep a bend in your right knee if that's better for you. And then just releasing your head safely back down to the ground. And then just hug your right knee in towards your chest. Circling your right knee very gently. Your circles can be as big or as little as you would like in one direction. You're moving the femur, the thigh bone in the hip socket. So this is a wonderful way of keeping your hips rejuvenated. And then very gently circle your knee in the other direction. And then let your right knee, still holding it, turn out to the right and place your right ankle on top of your left, above your left knee. So your right knee drops out to the side. It's a figure of 4. Your hands can be, your right hand can be resting on the inside thigh. Just bounce your palm, flat of your palm, just bounce your right inner thigh. And your left hand can be resting on your abdomen. You can keep your left foot where it is, but just gently let your left knee sway slightly from side to side. If you want to include a slight massage across your lower back at this point. It's opening, beginning to open into the inner groin, but you're just very gently opening. It's a little muscle called the piriformis muscle, which joins the outer leg, the outer thigh bone with the hip. And this can often get not squashed, it can be shortened, and that can then pull on the lower back as well. And then just very gently supporting your right leg, taking hold of your right knee, hooking your right knee into the chest. And very, very gently releasing your right foot back down to the ground. And just once more, with your hands resting on the abdomen, let your hips, your knees sway from side to side. Taking your hands, raise your elbows and clasp your hands behind your head. Let your elbows drop open and just explore the openness under the arms as we take an in and out breath. And this comes into the upper lymph area under the arms. Keeping your bottom half where you are, bring your elbows towards each other. Slightly, I hope this is clear as mud for you. Elbows towards each other and just roll, which means slightly lifting up. Your head is being supported, slightly roll onto your right shoulder. So you're just clasping your head with your hands towards the right. Roll back and then just lift your right elbow as you roll over towards the left. Does that make sense? You're just clasping your head in your hands and just going slightly from side to side. It's quite, if you really hug your head in towards your elbows, it's quite nice for the head, but it's also opening your upper back between the shoulder blades. Your knees do move a little bit, and it's stretching out the back of your neck. And it's bringing your chin towards your chest, so you're activating the vagus nerve, which is great for anti-inflammation and calming your system down. And then just release your head back down to the ground. Hug your knees into your chest once more, just rocking gently from side to side. And then it's a hot day, take your time to come to a seated position, but really take your time. So you can either roll to one side and take your time to come up, or you can hug one knee into the chest and just lift up that way. Just place a hand on the ground. So coming up to a seated position. And just very, very gently come to, again, the focus is on the lymph, the inner lymph here. Soles of the feet vaguely together. So opening your inner thighs. How far you come down is up to you. Perhaps just hold your shins. That's a real, just a nod to the movement. And then just slide your thumbs down the inside of your leg along one of the energy meridians by the bone, over the ankle bone, and just massage the soles of your feet a couple of times. Just notice where there might be any sore points. The thumbs, as they go around the insides of the soles of your feet, they reflexology points on your body. So various energy connected tissue meridian points can end on your feet. So this is just doing that. And before we leave the feet, just take the tops of your hands and just massage the tops of the palms of your hands and massage the tops of your feet. Bring your knees together and just again massage the tops of your feet. This is your lymph system on your feet, the upper bones here. And then just very, very gently bring your knees together and roll onto the knees. Everything is going to be gentle today. And this is like a child's pose with bottom up in the air. My elbows are on the ground and I'm bringing my bottom back. My head might or might not touch the ground. Here you can see it's like a rabbit look. It's just stretching along your spine with your bottom up in the air. Just take an in and out breath. And you can stay in child's pose if you'd like to, but it's just an extended child's pose with your bottom in the air. And then just slide your hands up. You've got a blanket or a cushion under your knees. So this, we're not going to do a salute to the spine, but we're going to do a kneeling salute to the spine, which is like a variation of like knee salute. So inhaling, raise your arms up, either looking ahead or looking up, and spread your fingers. And breathing out, lower your hands and come back down to not child's cat. Dipping your back. Looking either up or along the mat, grounding your back, chin comes to chest. Dipping your back. Looking either up or along the mat and rounding your back. Carry. And then just bring your bottom towards your heels, stretching out. Slide your hands towards your knees. And then the hands up, looking up or looking ahead. And then as you lower your hands, bring one hand in front of your tummy, the other hand behind. And just turn naturally to one side. Come back to the centre. Turn, reverse the hands. The other hand comes in front of the tummy. And then just turn. This almost encourages you to lengthen your spine. Come back to the centre. And then once more, raise your hands up. Stretch your fingers. Breathing out, bring your hands to cat. Inhaling, dipping your back, looking up. Breathing out, rounding, chin comes to the chest. Dipping your back as you breathe in. Breathing out, rounding, chin to chest. And begin to bring your bottom towards your heels. You can just slightly widen the knees if you want to, and just stretch your hands in front of you. Just stretching along your back. You can bend your elbows to the ground and bring your head closer, but you don't have to. And then slide your hands towards your knees. If you have opened your knees, you might like to bring them back in line again. As you kneel up, raise your hands up, stretch your fingers, your thumbs come towards you, your little fingers go away. And then lower your hands, lift and roll your shoulders, and open your palms upwards. So you're opening into a different space for your lungs, and either look ahead or look up, depending on where your neck is. And then breathing out, come back down to cat again. Inhaling, dipping your back. Breathing out, round your back, the chin comes to your chest. You're encouraging the breath to go into your back, greater capacity. Inhaling, dipping your back. Breathing out, rounding your back. This time, as you round your back, tuck your toes underneath. You might like to bring your hands slightly back towards your knees. As you lift one knee and the other knee, come to a very soft downward dog, pushing your bottom away from your hands to take weight off your wrists. And then begin to straighten your knees, walking the dog by bending one knee, straightening it. You don't have to completely straighten your leg, and then the other. Just hold this inversion, both knees back down to the ground. Notice that your toes are stretching just temporarily, so you're along with you, and then flatten your feet. Bring your bottom towards your heels as you stretch out again, to go into the thoracic area. And then slide your hands towards your knees as you begin to kneel up. This time, lift your shoulders. You can explore bringing your elbows back towards each other, but that's quite hard. It opens your chest even more. So here you really are stretching the connective tissue at your chest. And this at the diaphragm level, the connective tissue links through to the heart connective tissue. So actually it's in your chest. One of the movements that's given them when I'm in London, so it's heart, not that any of us have had heart attacks, but it's just a very open, helpful movement. And then just release your hands. And once more lifting your arms up. Join thumbs as you just very gently sway from side to side. Swaying palm. In Ayurveda, which is the medicine side of yoga, this swaying palm action is very much part of the healing process. And funnily enough, it's also anti-pain. It comes within the Vata dosha, which is another whole conversation. But anyway, come to the centre and then just release your hands back down again. Lift and roll your shoulders. And then just once more, slide your hands back down, come into cat. Dipping your back and rounding your back. And dipping your back and rounding your back. Come to neutral. I'm going to take my right hand, slide it under my left, and come to almost the top of my right shoulder, and the right side of the head's on the ground. Hopefully you can see me. I can either stay here, or I can just bring my left hand behind me, or I can raise my left hand up, and then just release. Come back to cat. Dip again in cat, round and cow. Come to neutral and slide the left hand underneath the right, so that the left shoulder is, if it's not on the ground, don't worry, but it's just aiming towards twisting and opening the left side. Taking in and a breath and out breath. You can have your hand on the ground, you can have it on your waist, you can have your hand up. And then just release your back. In this dipping action, if you slightly bend your elbows and straighten them, you'll feel a pull or a tug in your lower abdominal area. So this engages your abdominal area, it tones your abdomen for you. And then with your bottom pointing up, a really odd thing, tense your bottom, so the bottom and perineum release, tense and release, and tense and release. This is your inner peristaltis movement, toning your inner organs, your any prolapses or anything is quite good for this. It's just tensing and releasing. And then just very gently come back to cat, dipping your back and then rounding, and dipping your back and then rounding. And then hands go to the left as you slide your right foot up. And you bring your hands back on either side of your foot. And just explore coming to 90 degrees, your knees at 90 degrees. Because your hands are supporting your weight, you can, if you want to explore a little bit further beyond the 90 degrees, stretch your hips out. Feel that the back is long. And if you want to keep it to 90 degrees, that's fine. Just explore that stretch on the right thigh. And then bring your knee back, the right knee back to 90 degrees and slide the right foot back. Hands go to the right, and that gives space for your left foot to come up. Hands either side of the left foot, come to 90 degrees, and then you can just explore going a little bit further beyond the 90 degrees. Just feel that stretch. And then come back to 90 degrees with your left knee and then slide your left foot back. We're still in cat. This time you're looking down at the ground and your back is neutral. Just gently rock from side to side, so it's rockabye baby. Just slightly, you're moving your bottom in a sort of half semicircle. Just beginning to move the abdominal organs and to get movement into the lower abdominal area. And now we're going to repeat that figure of 8 that we did with our nose. So imagine your nose is a pencil, but this time your 8 is vertical. Just trace with your nose a gentle figure of 8, which will mean that your bottom will move as well. How big you want to make your 8 is up to you. And then the invitation is to reverse your 8. But don't worry if you can't do that. The other thing is that while we're here, our hands are pressed down, so the thumb and the second finger, little finger. With your hands spread out like this, you really are activating all your meridians, but you're lung and heart meridians are also being nourished, and the inside sort of seam goes up to the lungs, so of the inner arms. So it really is very helpful for the whole body, not just the fingers. And then just very, very gently, I don't often do this, but come to lying on your tummy. So come to your elbows, then come to lying. Just move your elbows slightly in front of you. The further you move your elbows away from you, the less of an angle on your lower back. Just move your knees out slightly. And then you can move your elbows out totally and rest your head on top of the backs of your hands. Bend your feet up to the ceiling. And just very, very gently, like windscreen wipers, swish your feet in the warm air from side to side. The front of your ribs are being supported as you just gently let your feet sway from side to side. It's opening you up at the front of your hips, creating a little bit of space there. It's quite releasing for the lower back. So as you have been gardening, Gilly, one particular gardening pose while we're on our tummy is just to release your legs, your head stays where it is, resting on the backs of your hands. Bring your knees in a little bit. Tuck your toes under. Extend your heels away from you. You're lifting them off, your legs off the ground. Just relax your legs back down to the ground. Release your toes. Let the heels out to the side and wobble your bottom from side to side. It's called jelly wobble, or the more technical term is SINS, which is sacral iliac release. And you're just wobbling and releasing all around that lower pelvic area. To come out classically in yoga, you would slide your hands back to chest level, elbows in, press down, come back up to child and kneeling. That's quite strong. So you can always roll to the side, then bend your knees, come down with your, press down with your elbow and come up that way. So there's always a choice to come up to a seated position. And just sit now with your legs in front of you. Bring the flesh out from under your bottom. And just be comfortable with your hands. And this is very odd. This is, if you can't bear your big toes, just almost just bashing your, I don't know if you can see me, I'm just banging my big toes together. My foot's relaxed. It sets up a vibration throughout the whole body. And a vibration is anti-stagnation, so it's getting energy moving, all those difficult to get to parts of your body. And then just very, very gently sitting up. Come to a comfortable position for a couple of minutes to breathe. I'm going to sit cross-legged, but if you can't bear that, just be comfortable. You can always sit with your back against the wall. And this is a breathwork exercise, but it also combines a metabolic balance. So the sta, ta, na, ma breath, but using our heads. So you're looking at the thyroid and the parathyroid at the throat, part of our metabolic control, and then the pineal and pituitary at this third eye level. Your hands are, I'm going to have my hands, thumb and finger together, and then palms down, but you can have palms up, or you can just rest in your hands in your lap. I quite like my hands down because it supports my back. So when you're ready, breathing in, slightly lift your chin, as much or as little as you want, and mentally say sa. Breathing out, slightly lower your chin to your chest. As you're breathing out, na, N-A, to the left. Come back to the centre, and ma, M-A, the mother, to the right. And it's a cycle of life. Sa, up, ta, na to the left, ma to the right. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. You can say it out loud or mentally. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 And just sit for a couple of breaths, noticing any effects. You can't think of much else while you're doing that, and so it becomes a mindfulness exercise too, because it distracts your attention. And although you might reconnect with the thought of the day or the stress of the day, you reconnect in different ways, so it just subtly alters your perspective. And if this has always existed in yoga, but in the States, I'm sure again I've said, they're starting to use, and they've written up in the American Medical Journal, they use that there, part of this training for post-traumatic stress training. Because when you lift up your face and you lift your eyes and you alter your eye focus, you are beginning to alter the patterns of the brain waves. It's a very quick way to distract someone. And the brain waves in this kind of exercise are brought down from the everyday, I think it's the beta brain waves, into the next level, which I could be wrong, I think they're theta, but I could be corrected there. So it's a very quick way of bringing the mind to a different state. Just take a moment to take a bow for yourself. And thank you very much for joining me today.